Yes, welcome back. Brian's Thoughts in Cars. I actually pulled over for this one. I was talking for a bit and I deleted the last recording. But so this is the third video I'm making about dating in 2025 as a 50-year-old guy. Uh, my experience. Um, Welcome back if you're still here and you've watched the other videos. Like, I greatly appreciate it. This dating thing is really uh, for me, it's straightforward now going forward. It has been a learning experience. It has been fun. It has been fun. Uh, if you're new, I just deleted my apps a couple of weeks ago, and so the first video is more or less what the dating pool is. If I remember, I'll put the links in the description for the video one and the second video. Um, I did it to learn about myself around women. Again, brand new life. I moved to a completely different place, and I decided to start dating. And so I got some apps downloaded and went out on a bunch of dates. And the experience was, well, like I said, it was a mixed bag of everything, right? Like I had fun, and yes, it was frustrating and depressing at some points, and it's learned a lot about myself, learned a lot about women, learned a lot about myself around women, and I think that was the most important thing. So what am I gonna what is this video about? This video, so I talked about the dating pool in the first one, and I talked about my experience with the dating pool in the second one, and a little bit about the expectations that are kind of placed on men, well, on me, by 30, 40, 50-year-old women, which wasn't, oh, I was just calling it like it is. Go see it and go watch the video. I'm not going to explain it right now. Going forward, what am I going to be doing? Well, I know I'm not listening to women anymore and what they say, especially on dating apps. Just in general, I guess, right? Like at this age, like I said in the last video that out of the 30s, 40s, and 50-year-old women, because I, I was really trying to stay within age appropriate. And what I found was the women that are older than me, I'm 53 this year, the women that are older than me, absolutely sensible, absolutely reasonable, easy to communicate with, no weird games going on either. That fucking ghosting bullshit and not meeting up in person, crap like that. And I found my age and lower, uh, really difficult, really difficult people. I don't just mean women, but just really difficult people. Like I've been in business. I'm 53, seen it, done it, you name it. Just really difficult people to work with. Really, really difficult. I don't know why that is. Chalk it up to whatever you want, feminism or whatever. But when it comes to romantic relationships or whatever you want to call it now, because I don't even think it's romantic relationships anymore. It's like, I don't know what it is. Because it's nothing traditional, but they want it to be, I don't know, some sort of ideal about it being something like that, romantic and all that crap, which would be fine, I guess, if you were, but they're not. Try to be a decent guy to a woman, they want to have nothing to do with you, even if you're good looking. They want to have, you're immediately tossed aside. They don't want that. They want Mr. Hot Pants. They want Mr. Hot Pants to turn it on and keep them switched on. Keep this keep this fantasy going, which is not sustainable, right? Yeah, that's what I quickly learned. So yeah, like I'm just doing my thing from now on. Like I'm not. I I you want roses? Up your buy them yourself. You got a good enough job. You want me to pay for them? Take a hike. I'm not paying for a first date anymore. I'm not paying for your first date anyway. No. Nope, nope, nope. You're in a position, probably in a better position than I am financially, socially, and whatever, because you're the people in charge of the workplace now, right? You are the bosses signing the checks and telling people what to do and all of that, right? Yeah. Get your head out of your ass, because that's where it is. Yeah, you be a decent person, like you open car doors and shit like that, and you pay attention to what they say and things like that on a date, and they don't know what to do with it. They don't. They'll say they want it. Every woman says they want stuff like that, and I know how to do it. I've been doing that my entire life, and it doesn't work. It doesn't work now at all, because you do it and you treat a woman good, and they're like, I don't know. You can see it, deer in the headlights. It's like traumatized people. I worked as a counselor for years, and this is what it's like dealing with. People don't know how to be treated well, and they don't know how to accept being treated well. You know, that's what uh, that's what dating 30s, 40s, and 50s is like. I was reading on a when I first started dating, I opened up some YouTube videos about the dating thing going on in the modern world, right? And I can't remember the video, and I can't remember what it was about, who did it, or anything like that. But I do remember a comment that was left at the bottom of this video, and it said, it's like going to the garbage dump and taking home the least broken thing." And I laughed at that because it was like totally out there. It was totally hilarious, right? But after going through my experience, right, and and I can't believe how true that is. After sitting in front of women and meeting with them and going on dates and trying to converse with another human being and socialize and things like that, right? It's just it's that rings true for the most part. I'm not going to say in every case or anything like that, but that rings so true that you know how how silly is that? How that's a commentary on where we are now in dating. I don't know how old the guy was, and he didn't write anything like that, right? He just it was I think it was about dating in my because I was looking into that because that's who I was, and I could see dating older women. I think that's it had to have been about that. You know, and my takeaway from I'm like, yeah, I'll keep that on the back burner, but I'll go ahead, I'll put my best foot forward, and I will you know go out there and give it the old college try. Because not everybody can be that messed up out there. There's got to be somebody who is sane. There has got to be people out there who are decent and want to meet somebody else who's decent and quietly sneak off together without any ramifications, right? And you know, Yeah, I don't know what to say. I don't know what to say. I think this is why I wanted to get married because I didn't want to be in this position. I didn't want to be dating at 50. I didn't want to be dating at 40. I really didn't. But now that I'm here, this is what it is. My sister was over and she said, I lay in bed with my husband there and we talk about this stuff because I'm going through it, right? Like, could you go back out and date? And he's like, no, I don't think I could. Like the experiences that he had when he was young and dealing with women, like he was turned off too. Like he's like, I couldn't wait to find somebody and then marry, and that's why he married my sister, right? And my sister's like, if my husband died, she said, there is no way, there is absolutely no way I would try to go back out and date again, right? And I share this with my daughter, the stuff that's going on. Like, and I show her the text, I show her the profiles, I show her, hey, look, this is. She's like, what? What? Then I sit with my parents and say, hey, this is kind of what's going on. And, it's not like that. And it's like this. And they're like, no, it can't be like that. I'm like, it is. Well, I don't know. Ask her because I show her everything. She's like, that's what's going on out there. And it's absolute nutcase, batshit crazy. And it's not guys doing it. I'm sure there's a small percentage of guys that are whatever, but majority of the women out there, like what they're asking for, what is going on, like it's broken. It's literally broken enough to make a decent guy go screw it. The only thing that's good out there is one night stands and casual sex. That's all that seems to be what's available. You know, and I'm sure women are saying, yeah, no, I want to settle down. Yeah, no, no, I want a man. I want to, but you put it in front of them that can lead a horse to water, but you can't make them drink. I started seeing videos of women going out there, of women on, I don't know, the YouTube shorts or TikToks or whatever you want to call them, and they're like, this decent guy, look good, everything was, and then I don't want to do it. I can't do it. Like the brain going so long with having sex with so many, I don't know what it is, but you get into a pattern of behavior and you can't break that behavior, right? Your body just doesn't. It's like dealing with an addict. I don't know if I said that in my last video, but it's like dealing with an addict, right? Where they have this set pattern of behavior and they're in these loops, and for them to break out of it is almost impossible. So, is that what I got to be as a boyfriend, like an addiction counselor? To get a woman to be in a long-term relationship and monogamous and enjoy it and be turned and switched on and the whole thing, like that. This is my job as a guy out here: pay for everything, lead the conversation, pick the dates, make sure that she's fit, all of this, and now become the addictions counselor to get her out of her loop so that she feels turned on and hot every time she's around. Like, this is a big job. you know This is what you're asking, ladies. This is what you're asking. This is what you're asking guys to do. And I can totally see why guys have like totally said, nope, no more. Screw it. I'm going to the gym. I'm working out, and I don't care. And I'll hit whatever comes by when the opportunity comes. You know, I do not. I'm not looking forward to going back and date. Like, I'm gonna start hitting on chicks in town and stuff like that, and I think that's gonna be way easier than this online dating thing. I think it'll be easier because I'm not looking for a relationship anymore. No, I think that's what it's come down to. I think that's what it's come down to. Yeah, not looking for a relationship anymore. The closest thing up to a relationship is going to be a friends with benefits. If they're looking for something long term, I think that's going to be. I think that's what it's going to be. Hot sexy Fridays or hot sexy Saturdays. Yeah, yeah. Because I think if you wanted to be in a relationship, you're in a relationship, and if you're still single, then there's a reason you're not relationship material. I've given up. I've actually, yeah, I've thrown in the towel. I don't know. I got this one lady that I'm still talking to, and we'll see where that goes because she was the most sane person that I talked to out of all the women, and I don't have high hopes. I think keeping my expectations low, that way I won't be as disappointed, frustrated, and angry. Keep the bar low. Yeah, that's where we're at. Anyway, thanks for listening. If this is you stayed for all three of these, I really appreciate it. This dating thing is, yeah, going forward, I'm just doing my own thing. I don't care anymore. I'm actually not going to listen to women anymore. There is no point. There is absolutely no point. Not that I hate women or anything like that. I just now see the landscape for what it is. Been through the ringer on it, and that's the truth. And yeah, yeah, yeah. I'm not gonna pay no mind. Pay no mind. All right. I'll see you in the next one. Like, subscribe. Check down in the description if I put the video links in there. If I haven't, I probably will end up doing it. We'll see how well these videos go. All right. See you on the next one.